Evening guys, thanks for joining us here. Second attempt at the stream tonight. For some reason when I started earlier on, I was dropping at like every other frame that I was putting for some reason. I don't know why, there was nothing else running. I made that mistake last night. So yeah, don't know what was going on. So here we go, second attempt. Going to try something a wee bit different tonight. And it'll be a bit longer as well. So instead of the usual hour or so that I would do, I'm going to do 2 hours. The first hour is going to be where the new stuff is. So the first hour is going to be me making levels. Because I've kind of gotten sucked into just playing more than I'm creating at the moment. So what I'm going to do is, if any of you have played any of my levels yet, you'll know that I've been doing a remake of Super Mario Land. So I've already done Worlds 1 and 2, which is like 3 levels each, so I've done 6 levels already. But it's been a week or so since I uploaded World 2, so I'm going to make a start on World 3. And my plan is to get roughly 1 of these levels done in the next hour. They're not especially difficult levels to create. The trick is really just replacing the various elements within Super Mario Land that aren't in Mario Brothers or Mario Brothers 3 or New Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario World. So yeah, so what we'll do is we'll get that started in just a second. Before we do, I'm just going to quickly sort something out and then we will be on our way. And what I'll do is I'll kind of take you through the process that I go through when I'm taking these old levels and then convert it for Super Mario Maker. So let's see, where am I? Games. There's Super Mario Maker. Come on. Sometimes it goes really slowly. I'm just trying to quickly get this set up. Hi there, whoever's watching. Thanks for joining me. Now, I'm not sure if you were here when I started talking through, but basically what I'm doing is I'm going to do an hour of level creation, one of the Super Mario Land levels that I'm converting for Mario Maker, and I'm also going to do my usual hour of playing levels from the grarcade.co.uk forums. I'm not sure if you were here when I started talking through, but basically what I'm doing is I'm going to do an hour of level creation, one of the Super Mario Land. I hate it when that happens. Right, basically ND is in that thread, it's going to know it's on it and go here. Right, so let's get started. So there's 2 things I use when I'm recreating a level from Mario Land. First of all, there's a long play video that I use on YouTube, which helps me figure out where I need to be placing enemies. And I've got map files in image format that I got from a website, which I will bring up in just a second. I think it was mariouniverse.com. They've got level maps for every single Mario game going. Sorry, let me take a look at like your amiibo box. Yeah, I will be taking requests later on. Like I said, what I'm doing is I'm going to do an hour of creating a level and then an hour of playing levels. And when I do that, that's when I go through the requests. So if you want to hang about and watch, feel free, that's why I'm doing it. If you don't, then come back in an hour or so and I will give your level a go. You might need to remind me of the code though, depending on whether or not there's been more people in the chat. But yeah, certainly up for giving it a try once I've done the creation bit, which like I said, I'm trying something a wee bit different. So yeah, so let's get started. So like I said, we're working on Super Mario Land 3.1. So what we need to do is figure out what the best tile set for it is. Now, you can't see it because I've got it up on my screen, but I do have image files of all the levels that are that basically let me figure out the spacings between blocks and what needs to go where. So the first things first is we keep it on the Super Mario Brothers tile set. That's the one that most closely matches it. It's the one with the physics that most closely match it as well. And then what we need to do is kind of figure out what the spacing is, how many blocks there are between things. Now that can take a wee bit of time to figure out, but let's see. So, this looks like to be about 1. So now hopefully this won't be boring for you guys. I mean, I know it's a wee bit different. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? That first wee run doesn't really matter how long it is. So, well, like I said, I'm only going to do it for an hour. You know, give me some feedback on how you think it went. If you would like to see more stuff like this, or if you know you're like, God no, just play levels. Because I'm perfectly happy to do both. Okay, so that looks to be about 3 blocks high. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then a mushroom thingy. Okay, oh, didn't need to do that. Okay, so right, first bit done. We've then got a space here. It looks to be about 3 blocks, so all these jumps look really, really easy when you're putting them in. And that is my one concern, that some of these levels are quite easy in terms of, well, it's a difficulty, but you know, they're not amazingly challenging. Yeah, okay, so you can reach all that, no problem. Okay, perfect. Okay, now this is where it starts to get a wee bit trickier. Okay, so I've got, let's see, 2, 4, so we can say maybe about 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is just how I go about it. I just move along the level, one section at a time, going, right, this is what goes here, this is what goes here. Now for anybody who's just joining, you might be wondering, what the hell is he talking about? His level creation sounds boring. I am remaking Super Mario Land in Super Mario Maker, and I've already done Worlds 1 and 2, so this is me moving on to World 3, and I'm trying to get it as close as possible to the original, so I think that was there, which means trying to get the block placements just right. Put this, so that looks to be about 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about getting the block placements right for the game. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's breakables. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I can tell from the picture I have a fire flower in here. Okay, then got a bit of a leap of death. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, sadly, it's the laying out the block part's the kind of the boring bit. 2, 3, 4. It's once you get down to placing the enemies and things that gets a bit more interesting. Simply because the enemies in Super Mario Land generally aren't in Mario Maker. You've got Goombas, but that's about it. That's the only ones that are more or less exactly the same. Everything else has got a slight twist on it. Specifically the Koopa Troopers. The Koopa Troopers have actually got bombs on their backs, and when you jump on them, they explode a second or two later, so I had to come up with a way around that. It's a fairly simple way. It was the one that seemed the most obvious at the time, which is basically just to strap the bombs to all the Koopa Troopers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wrong blocks, but that's fine. Just overwrite them. No, what did I do that for? I'm stupid, Chris. There it is. Okay, so we've done that little bit there, and so I have another 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. There's a pipe here. It's a 3 high pipe, and then another one up here. Now, one thing I have noticed with Super Mario Land levels is there's a lot of kind of repetition in the layouts. Oh, damn it, at the end. That's a very good point, actually. I completely forgot about that. One of the problems I have run into, fuck, is that the levels in Mario Land tend to be too long for Mario Maker. So, and you see what happened there. I was like, oh shit, I've totally forgot. I mean, you look how far along that is already. That's what, maybe just over a quarter of the way through the level. But when I look at the length of the level, it's maybe a sixth of the level I've done so far. So obviously it's not all going to fit. So there is some creative license you need to take with it. Now the way I found best to kind of go about it was usually to just put a pipe right at the start of the game, right at the start of the level, sorry. And you go down there, and then that opens up that whole bottom, that whole second area. You play through that as the first half, you go through the pipe at the end, and then the second half, it ends with the end flagpole. Now, let's see, is there, oh goody, is there an easy way to get, is there a decent place where I can split this off? Because I've already started and I really don't want to have to do the same bit again. Alright, Sean, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I think I can get away with this. So what I'll do is I'll take it as far as I can, or until I get to a kind of logical cut-off point, and then we'll move into the subzone. Now let's see. So I've done that, but done that. Now I have already kind of passed the first warp pipe that I need to use, which would be this one. So because I still need to be able to put them in, I'm going to do the warp pipe areas just now. Now generally what I do with them is I put them up in the corner and as far to the left as I can get away with. Simply so that when I move down to this area later on, you can completely ignore that section. You don't even have to know it's there. And some of these are quite interesting because a lot of the puzzles in these subzones are based around Fireball, which in Super Mario Land, if you played it, you'll know isn't the same as the Fireball in any other game. It basically just bounces off all the walls, and it collects coins. So a lot of the puzzles are based on using fireballs to get coins that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. But first, right, let's see if we can. So we'll start with that is the roof. Okay, so that's the top, and then we need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 16 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so that's the very bottom of the room. So it's got a 2 block floor. So we've done 1, 2, and then we do another 1, 2, and then we've got a gap of 3, and 1 there. 1, 2, gap, 1, gap, 1, 2, 2 gaps, 1, yeah, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Space. So well, that way I don't need to sit and count out all the bloody floor blocks again. Okay. Right, so putting a couple of breakable blocks. One here, and one here. Putting another one of these here. Putting 3 breakables here, and then putting coins going up 5 high. Excellent. And then this goes up to that far, and about 5. 1, 2, 5. So it comes that. And there we go, that's pretty much that section done. I just need to put in the pipes now, so that goes there. And then this comes all the way along the top. Okay. No, okay, that's just gonna have to go there anyway. And hope maybe this is. Right, so there we go. Subzone area done. Number 1 done. What I will do though, and this is the only downside to having to use both areas to fit the whole level in, is it means that your subzones don't necessarily have the correct background or the correct tile set. So for example, in this one, ideally it would be what it is just now, it would be the underground. But because I'm having to use a different tile set, because I'm having to use both areas, I need this to be daylight, which obviously looks a little bit different. Sorry, the ground textures. Anyway, let's pop that there, and that is one done. Now, I think I'm correct in saying it's just another one of these. Put that there. Just layer that on top. Perfect. And you should always go in and come out of that pipe. Oh crap, no I didn't finish that, I forgot there's something else I need to put in there. So we'll go back down again and I'll quickly fix this. Right, and to be fair, this is something I've not really used yet. In fact, are they even in this? Where are they? Ah, this will do I suppose. Spike pit. I'm gonna quickly check that. Is there even, because Mario World had spikes? I know that. That's really weird. I don't understand. Again, well there you go. There's something else I hadn't even thought of that's not in the game. Just a standard spike. That's really weird. Really weird. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, thanks for the follow, Sean. Right, so that's the first subzone done, and like I said, what we'll do is we'll take this as far as we can, or until I can get to a logical kind of stopping point. Oh wait, hang on. I think we might be alright. See, it's when you start, because you have to split the level in 2 halves to fit it all in, you start getting trouble when the second half has subzones as well, because then you need to keep room in the first half to move between the two, because you can't obviously move between pipes in the same area. You can only do that at the doors at the moment. So that's one of the challenges of the game so far. Right, so what am I doing now? It is another one of these sections, so it's another 3 gap, and then we've got some strange block arrangements that we need to put in. Let's see. Yeah, I think I seen you saying you were going to do some PlayStation games because they did the new YouTube integration. That'll be cool, man. That'll be really good. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of console stuff. It'll probably be mostly Wii U stuff, but I'll have some PS3 stuff in there as well, maybe. Which is but Mario Maker is probably the one I'm looking forward to the most. I'm going to do another stream, and I'm going to do a couple of sick kid save point levels for it. So I'm looking forward to that. I kind of know what I'm going to do for them, and that'll be a couple of hours. And I'll, it's something I can tweet out and go in here, check out the sick kid save point levels I made. Okay. Okay, now, is this roughly the same length of ground? No, it's a wee bit longer than the last one. So maybe it looks to be... Okay, Sorry guys, I know this must be confusing, you can't see what I'm looking at. Which must be really annoying. But like I said, I'm looking at some levels, level maps from MarioUniverse.com, which has been really fantastic, really helpful. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that says 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I think that looks to be roughly the right length. Sometimes you can tell by, you can figure out where the joins are on the sprites, and you can use that, or sort of the tiles that they use. You can use that to figure out the size of a level. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. This one's not the clearest one I've ever seen. 2. So for example, it's 1, 2, 3, and then from the 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's 1, 2, 1, 2. And then this is going to gap at 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. It's got a power block here, which has coins on it by the looks of it, so. Okay, now I can't obviously see it on the image that I've got, but this is where there's a new enemy in it, and to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it. It's kind of like a charging enemy that just goes back and forth. So one thing I might have to do is do it with tracks. In fact, yeah, that might be the best way to do it. Put it on a track, maybe have a shell that just goes back and forth really fast. So use one of the red cannons to shoot it onto a track. That might work. But we'll do some experimentation, hopefully, if we've got time, and try and figure out the best way of doing that. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. This one lines up this big another 2 gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. And at this point we have a platform. So I'm going to have to take a look at the YouTube video I've got, just so I can see how the platform moves, if it's an up and down, if it's a left to right, what height it kind of goes to, and take it from there. Okay, so I was just trying to find the right section in the video. Right, so the first one's an up and down one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay some track, because while I could just use the bog standard platform on its own, laying the track lets me more precisely control where it's going to be. So it's roughly about here as it goes to. Yeah, that looks about right. And it goes down pretty much to there. Okay, so let's just stay that on there. Well, that should stay on that. Now, this bit here is going to be tricky because there is another moving platform, but it's thinner than these ones. These ones are all 3 wide, this one's 2 wide. Let's see, is there a way around that? Okay, so we'll do a wee quick experiment. Let's see if there's any blocks that we can attach to this that will move. Tracks can be really annoying. There we go. Right. It's not going to let me do 2 joined together like that. going to say I haven't seen any pipes attached to them, but that'll be why. Nah. Right, I'm just going to have to use a bog standard 3 wide one. And try and make some sense out of it. Maybe set it a wee bit further apart. So put this. Again, check the video just so I can see the kind of heights that we're looking for on this. I can need to take it back a wee bit. 13. Okay, so that's there. Okay, so this one stays down quite low actually, so it goes down to there. And it doesn't really go very high. So maybe it only goes. Let's see, I wonder how low it'll let me put this one down. Right, okay. So that'll have to do that. I mean, that's the nature of the beast. You're never going to get it exactly the way it's supposed to be. Alright, Peds, thanks for joining. Yeah, you're never going to get things exactly as they're supposed to be when you're remaking something like this, so you do need to be kind of willing to kind of compromise in places like that. Okay, that one goes pretty much to the floor as well. So get that here. Where's the body tracks? Okay, so we'll see there. Maybe it goes to a bit there. Yeah, okay. Plant that there. No, don't move that. Okay. Right, so we've then got that there, and a pipe. Now, the good thing about sections like this is that it's really easy to judge it because all the sprites that they've used are nice 1 high by 2, so I can just count them really easily. Okay, and it's a 3 gap here, but 2 more high. Now, this bit I don't quite understand because there's a row of coins there, but I don't remember if there's a hidden platform or something, so I'm probably not going to put them in, simply because I don't want people jumping down and dying because ha ha ha, because, you know, Devlin put coins there. So we're not going to do that. And it's the same the one after that. I'm trying to... I'm not entirely sure how else you would do that. Unless I'd put it in the new style, but the new style adds too many gameplay changes that would perhaps negatively affect the layouts. You know, things like being able to do the spin jump and the butt stomp would maybe undermine some of the areas, so I'm really not wanting to do that. But, you know, you never know. If we can figure out a way to do this properly, then we might do it. Okay, so that goes all the way to there. And then you've got a section like that, which is like, you know, God's sake, stuff that oh, God's sake, I've been using the wrong bloody using the wrong bricks. Yeah, it just wouldn't be the right style. Okay, that's us better. Okay, so we'll put 2 there, 2, and 2. Tricky. Okay, let's see, where are we getting along with this? So the scary thing is, this is maybe just under a third of the way through the level, and I'm almost halfway, I'm more than halfway through the first section. so I'm kind of worried I'm not going to get to this next warp zone in time. And to be fair, the next one's actually quite good. Damn. Lots of coins. Right, so what I'm going to do is, because I'll need to leave a section for it. Oh, fuck, this isn't going to work. The best way to do it would probably be to put the two of these at the start. Go through the pipe. Or at least put one in each, because that's kind of just after the halfway point. Sorry, Peds, what's that? Oh, you're on the boo rings at the end. Yeah, they're tricky as fuck. Even I had trouble with them. You can do it though. There's a reason why I put a power up, a super mushroom before the last one, and that's because I don't think I ever managed to get through it without taking damage. But for the rest of them, you can get through without taking damage. You just need to, if you're Big Mario, you need to run, or you need to run and duck underneath them to get inside them. Wait for the gap, drop down, move down, repeat, move down, repeat. But if you're getting to the boo rings, that's pretty much near the end. I think there's like one more kind of room with baddies to get through after that, and then you've got one last P-switch thing that you need to do, and then you just need to run to get to the end at that point. But once you hit the P-switch, there's not really any tricks, so you just need to keep trying it, man. You're very, very close. If you got past all the hidden block puzzles earlier on, then you've got through the worst of it. The rest of it's actually fairly simple in comparison. Fuck. You will do it. Somebody will do it. Nobody has beaten it yet, and you know it's been up for a week or so, and nobody's beaten it yet. You know, there's only been 40 attempts on it that I can see. So I really hope somebody does beat it. You know, because honestly, I mean, it is hard, and I think obviously when you're creating the levels, you're maybe not aware of quite how hard you've made them. But yeah, it's not been the unmitigated success I would hope it would be. I think it's got 1 star, and that's from Jasm, but that's about it. Right. Anyway, back to Super Mario Land 3-1. I'm loath to say that I'm going to have to nuke the level and start it again, but I can't see any other way to do it at the moment. I just don't think I have enough space with the way that I've done it so far, which is obviously not ideal. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to, because if I nuke it now, I can restart it, and because it's the 2 warp zones that are really going to fuck things up. If I didn't have to do the warp zones, I could probably fit it all in, but what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to start it again. Even though I've only got 25 more minutes, so I'll make a start on it. So we'll nuke it, we'll start it again. But what we'll do is we will do the warp zones first. So, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I'm so disappointed I had to nuke that. What the hell happened there? I don't know, that was weird. Okay, so what will happen is the very first thing we do is we put a pipe in here, and we block it off so that the only way you can go is through the pipe. Plank this in here as well to help cover up the background pipe. And there we go, and will it let me layer the arrow over it? No. If I can do that. Maybe. Okay. So this basically becomes the first section of the level, even though it's technically the second area, this becomes the first area. I'm really annoyed I had to restart this. Really annoyed. So, what we need to do is just set it up at the start of any other level. So, so we'll pop that there just now. Next step is we need to make the warp zone, the sub areas. Now this is the first section, so what we need to do is we need to put in the second area warp zone. So once you make it to the second area, there's a pipe you can go down. That pipe needs to come out here. So we'll do that one first. I'm annoyed I'm not going to get this finished by 9 o'clock, but can't win them all. Right. Now what I won't be doing is I won't be putting a pipe in just now, because once we go to the second area, obviously we put in the pipe that he's going to go down, it comes in here and it just creates another pipe automatically. So we need to do that first. Right. Anyway, so we've done the 2 down, and then what we would normally have here is we'll have a row of coins that starts here. That's just a placeholder so I know where I am. Then this goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. After 4, there's a row of breakable blocks there. And then it's another row of 4. And then underneath that, another row of breakable blocks. And then it's just 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it, that's the bottom of the room. Now, the good thing about this is that while you can see it from here, it's not going to interfere with anything that's going on at this point in the map, so it may not look amazing, but it does the job. Right, okay, so let's figure out how we're going to do this. So instead of trying to count all these blocks and go, well, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, there's easier ways of doing it. So this middle row here, I know that that's 5 wide. Okay, then we've got a coin gap. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's, there we go, that's it. So I now know that the roof ends here. That's the floor, we'll come back to that in a second. Okay, then there's going to be a pipe exit here. Okay, let's see. Pop that in there. There we go. That's us got a pipe sorted. So the room boundaries are all done. Now I also know that the next coin break is here, and that there's a mushroom block, a question mark block there, and that the rest of it is that. There we go. Room built. I'll do that just to fill that in to make it look better. Now I'm not entirely sure what's in the mushroom block. I'll need to watch the video clip to double check that. But in the meantime, it's literally just filling the room up with coins. There we go. Secret room done. I'm going to leave the mushroom block, the question mark block just now, because I don't know exactly what it's going to be. Okay, so that's that done. Now we're going to go back to, in fact what I will do is I'm going to put this here, because I don't want the players being able to go back to that first area. In fact shit, didn't mean that. There we go. So when they come out, they'll fall here. There's no way for them to go back to that initial area. Okay, so we'll go back to our wee map picture. Okay, and see what we've got. So roughly about, we'll say here, we're going this 3 high, this question mark block. 1, 2, 3. There. It's a wee bit lower than it actually is, but that thing's there. And again, while I said it won't interfere with the level, or it shouldn't, you know, it is going to a little bit, but there's not really anything I can do about it anymore. God's sake. So space of 2, and then a gap of 3, and then back here. Then 1, 2, 3, then another pipe, which I believe doesn't go anywhere. 2. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I believe. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And we're going to put these 4 here. Did you do it, Peds? Did you finally beat it? Did somebody finally beat Phantom Fear Factory? If you didn't, Peds, I am going to be most disappointed. Oh, played your course. You starred it. Excellent. Excuse me, 2 seconds, guys. I need to see what Ped said about Phantom Fear Factory. Okay. So yeah, thanks, Peds. Like, you know what, I'm not going to bring it up in the pad, it just takes ages to end up loading bloody Miiverse. I'll just bring it up on my computer. But, no, glad you enjoyed it, man. Sean is Slayer X, I believe, yes? If he's not, then I've been getting him confused with him for ages. Fire T to do it too. Fire it. I don't know what you've written there, but thanks, Peds. I'm going to give you a yeah, just because you're the first person to beat the level, so you automatically get cool guy internet points. Right, anyway, sorry, so yeah, I've got another 15 minutes before we go and start playing levels. What was it? Credit course, so just close that. Right, where was I? Alright, here we go. So yeah, so we've got that gap there, and then it's like I will say this, Peds, Jasm will, with any luck, be raging, because he still hasn't beaten it, as far as I can tell. So, perfect. And then we're going to put these back here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to do another 2. Because that's where the pipe's going to go, and then that's going to go here. And this is the first subzone of the level. So we're going to go down here. That'll take us back to where we started here. And we're going to place an exit pipe right fucking here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lower that to just 1. And we'll make this the top. Right, so I'm going to have to count this, sadly, because a video of a guy counting is really thrilling stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So yeah, getting there. So like I said, with the subzones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. With the subzones, you're having to put them at the start, so that in each area there's room to move about before it all goes mental and you have to start cutting the level in half. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then gap of 1, 2, space. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll just fill that in. Right guys, thanks for tuning in. For anybody who's just joined, what I'm doing is I am going to be streaming this level creation for the next 10 or 12 minutes. I'm remaking Super Mario Land in Mario Maker, obviously. So I'm just showing some of how I go about doing that. Oh, pass it to that far enough. And then at 9 o'clock, so like I said, in about 10 more minutes, we will be just jumping into placing levels. So if you have a level you want me to play, give me a wee shout in the chat, like give me the codes, and I will get them attempted. I do already have one lined up from earlier on, youramiibo.box, sorry. So I'll be looking at his once I'm done here. Hopefully he'll come back in time. He said he would, but you know, we'll see. I think he said he does Mega Man remakes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be pretty much it. 2, and then you've got the square bit here. I don't know why it doesn't let you put the pipes right at the top. I suppose because technically it's going to go, oh, but you might want to put Mario in there and they can't do that if it's not at the top. I don't give a fuck. Okay, so that's that. Oh, spikes, I forgot about them again. Excellent. Helpful actually drag them out of the pipe. Okay. So what pipe did I go down? I can't even remember. This one. Okay, so we've done that one. And then we've got another gap, and then we're on to this section. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'll put these ones 1, 2. I was like, how have we already hit the side limit for this? Because being the idiot that I am, I hadn't extended the end. That is, it's one of my few complaints. I don't understand why we couldn't make the levels just a wee bit longer. But then I suppose that there's maybe memory restrictions, memory limitations, which seems bizarre in this day and age that, you know, there's not enough memory to deal with Mario. But then there's a lot of elements that you can use this, and that's why there's only so many like bullet bills and fire spinners that you can put in. Right, so sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, and then we've got just 1, 2, space, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. That looks about right. 1, 2. It's not quite the same height, it's just above. No, that needs to get moved up a bit. just there. And we've got this one right here, and it's got coins in it. Okay, let's see. 7 minutes, guys, and then like I said, we'll move on to some actual levels. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I believe there's a little bit here. And here we are back to the lifts. Different hands, what different hands? You mean like the hands that you see on the screen? Like that? I remember seeing them in the videos, like sometimes you can be a dog's paw and other things. But is that one of the options actually? I'm going to take a look at that because that's pretty cool. No, I don't see anything. I'm sure you can tell me. How do you do that then, Pets? Let me know. Because now I really want to know how you do that. Go away. So you right click, or you right there, you click that right analog. That is insane. Cat's paw. It's weird because it doesn't show up on my gamepad. Ah, awesome. It has to be the cat's paw. Yeah. Okay, sorry. There we go. Distracted by hands. Okay. See, that's what I love. It's silly, stupid wee touches like that that you just. I don't want to say you wouldn't get them, and that you don't get silly little touches like that in other games, because you do, but I don't know, Nintendo just seem to do their own fucking thing all the time, and it works really well for them. Oh, watch an artist played it. Let me see, have you... Fire it to the first to do it to that. Why did I not figure that out when I read that first time? Okay, so I'm waiting for that to load up because it's slow as fuck. Nice ideas, but too obtuse for me. Matt. No, I will freely admit that there's, out of all the levels I've done so far, it is the hardest. If only from a, you know, it's slightly kind of what and how you do things. I don't think I'd like to think it's not terribly difficult. I mean, I think the hardest thing is that you can get unlucky if you hit the wrong invisible blocks. If you hit the invisible blocks, you know, it's like, oh, look, there's one. Oh, and look, there's a big blue circle came out of it. Good luck getting past that. But I think, and obviously I would say this because I made it, but it's a reasonably, for the most part, it's fair. I think. I think there's only one point in the level where you will pretty much take damage, but it's immediately followed by, well, to be fair, a hidden super mushroom. So I'm not entirely, I don't know, it's obviously I can't be objective about it, I made it, but I was always quite happy with it, so nah. You know, and certainly it's the kind of level that once you've done it once, you know the route. Once you know the route, it's the only challenge is avoiding some of the boos, which, you know, isn't terribly difficult. Once you know where the right hidden blocks are, you don't need to worry about hitting the wrong ones. But I will take on board that it was quite harsh. Even when I made it, I'm like, this is a pretty harsh level for me. Exactly, Ped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's about memorization, and while there is only one point in it where you can get, there is a point in it where you can get sent right back to the start, because there's at that point where you've got the two doors, and it's like you've got the routes. You know, it's like a mirror of the route. You know, you pick the right one, you move on. You pick the wrong one, you're sent back to the first room, and you have to come back through. Yeah, boo rings. I don't know. It's because I'm not a fan of boos themselves, because I just don't like them. That's why there was only like maybe a handful of actual boos in it. The rest of it was the rings. But I do take that on board. I'm just not a massive fan of boos in general. But you know, it's a ghost house. You can't have a ghost house without ghosts. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Right, let's see, if I end it after this, where does that leave me in terms of level length? About halfway. Maybe just under halfway. So I'm going to shorten this wee bit here. It's not a ghost house if there aren't, you know, doors that fuck you over. That's the whole point. I will say that my original kind of, my inspiration for it was, I think it's the Vanilla Dome Ghost House, or the Donut Plains Ghost House, the Donut Plains Super Mario, the first one that you get to. Actually, sorry, before I continue the story, actually I'm going to stop for now with the level. I'll maybe continue, I'll maybe do a bit more later on. But yeah, I'm not sure about the whole creation on stream thing. It's a bit, you know, I feel it's a bit dry. You know, viewer numbers maybe seem to agree with me. So, but let me know if you want to see more of this. I'm perfectly happy to do it. You know, it makes a nice change from getting hammered over and over in bastard hard levels. Okay, so right, I'll just save that in. Yes, good. Okay, so let's go to Course World. But yeah, my inspiration, like I said, it was the kind of the ghost house from Donut Plains, which has a bit where, and I don't know if you remember it, where you go through one of the doors and you're in a room and there's like a set of stairs going up to a platform with a door on it, and then underneath the platform there's another door, and you go through the top door and then you come out the bottom door and you're like, okay, that's weird, and there's just that door, and then there's one block that you hit, and I think it gives you it gives you like a mushroom or something. You're like, right, okay. So you jump back out again. So you jump through the stairs, back up through the door, and you're there again, and you're like, what the hell? What's going on? But this time, I think it's this time you hit the block, and it's a vine. So I wanted to do something like that where you kept getting put in what seemed to be the same room at first glance, but it was always a slight twist on it. What I spent a lot of time making sure that the background and the background graphics lined up almost perfectly. So I had to figure out exactly how far along I had to scroll to put the next room in, so that when you come into it, you're just like, hang on, this is exactly the same room. Even the windows in the background look exactly the same place. So that was cool. I liked it. But I am due to do another course. Like I said, hopefully I'll be able to have Super Mario Land World 3 done over the weekend, and we'll get that out. Beyond that, nothing else on the go. I'm going to be doing more creation for Sick Kid Save Point a week tomorrow. My Super Mario Maker segment will be me making 4 levels for Sick Kid Save Point. So that's going to be fun, and obviously I'll upload all the codes that you see and give them a try. But yeah, so it's after 9 o'clock. Let's play some Mario.